Hey, what's up, y'all? Thank y'all for the support on my last two videos. If you guys are new, hit that subscribe button. It is free. And also press the bell and type Noti Gang in the comments below. And I'll give you a little smoochie. But besides that, let's get into the video and I hope you guys enjoy.
Get ready, gang. My favorites are here. Listen to this. A side result, an unintended consequence of the Me Too movement has popped up. Male executives and managers, some are now saying they are afraid to work with and mentor female colleagues in the workplace. So we're trying to find out, is it too hard to see the difference between mentoring and harassment? Joining me now.
So this Me Too movement's basically only for women, empowering them and letting them speak out on their sexual harassment. And that's good and all, and that's all cool, but it's only causing backfire because companies don't want to have to deal with the drama if they were for the Me Too movement, so they'd rather avoid that and stick with someone else.
To discuss, Tiffany DeFoo, founder and CEO of The Crew and author of Drop the Ball, and Shelley Zalas, CEO of The Female Quotient. Tiffany, I turn to you first. So men who are making this argument, well, suddenly now I could be accused of harassment. I can't mentor women anymore. And
You know what? That's understandable. I can understand that because women are mainly the false accusers of things. Look what happened to Johnny Depp. Look what she did to him. Falsely accused him of abuse and he got fired off the Disney set. So I would rather work with someone where I would have a chance of not getting fired than have a chance of having a case and getting fired for doing nothing.
First heard this pop up from Wall Street. Bloomberg had an article. I took issue with it because I can't find any evidence where there was ever any extraordinary mentoring on Wall Street. We've never had a female CEO of a bank.
That has nothing to do with this at all. Mentoring and being a CEO of something are completely different. You normally get mentored to get on the job, not to get the whole grand thing and become a CEO. CEO takes working there for a while and knowing people to even get there. So it doesn't have to do with mentoring at all.
So is this just an excuse?
So here's the thing. I want to talk to all the men out there who have this concern.
What the hell, dude? She's going to be annoying as shit and I'm not going to be able to deal with this today.
I want to say that I feel empathy. I understand. You're concerned that you're walking on eggshells. You feel vulnerable in the workplace. You're concerned that your words or your behavior might be misinterpreted as being something other than who you are.
We don't know what the new rules of the road are.
Welcome to the world of being a woman or a person of color or a member of the LGBT community or a person with disabilities in the workplace. That is part of the experience, having to take a risk in showing up.
You're acting like people of color and people with disabilities can't be men either, which makes it worse because then they could even get more falsely accused of something by another woman. So don't bring up those because you just lost that case.
You're concerned that you may be labeled as a creep because you compliment me on my beautiful dress. You know what? Sometimes I'm labeled as the B word because I smile too much.
That was a god-awful comparison right there. So you're saying if I compliment someone and I get accused of sexual harassment, that you smiling makes people think you're a bitch? That doesn't even make sense. I mean, you look like the damn Grinch. But besides that, if you smile, I'm gonna think you're a nice person.
I think that we need to take this new experience that men are feeling in the workplace and actually channel it into something really positive, which is why don't you work on creating a more inclusive culture and taking all of your frustration, directing it at the men who are making you look really bad, the bad apples, and not punish women in the workplace because, quite frankly, your whole enterprise is going to crumble.
Yes, so all the billionaire business enterprises run by men are just going to crumble because they didn't allow one woman to join the workforce. I don't think you understand that men have been doing this since the 50s and we kept the economy perfectly fine, if not better, without you guys. So I think we'll be fine.
If you don't figure out how to leverage and harness the ingenuity and creativity and talent of the women.
I can't deal with the Grinch's voice anymore, so I'm going to have to skip ahead a little bit so I can listen to some normal people talk.
Listen, I think the biggest issue today is we're living in a climate of hypersensitivity, microsensitivity. Men are afraid to do and say the wrong thing in today's post-movement era, which is a big issue. And look at us, there's so few female leaders. Leaders are predominantly men, and we need leaders to be our mentors. And if leaders, which are predominantly men, are afraid to be with women alone, we have a big issue.
So these two women just shut down the Grinch's idea of talking about how men don't want to work with women. As long as the women aren't like the Grinch, I think we're perfectly fine with working with them because we know we won't get any complaints. See, I could understand the guy's perspective here just because he doesn't want to be with the woman. What if he doesn't want to be a guy either? You don't have the statistics for that. So maybe it's more of they want to either go alone or they want to go on a group thing. Just so if any complications happen, there's witnesses either way.
We have a really big issue. 3.5 times more men say today that they will not go alone with a woman for dinner. 5 times more likely men not wanting to travel with women.
Often mentors look for the hardest working person out there first. So it's not they're looking for people to bond with right off the start. If they find a hard worker and they want to work with them,
this is a big problem. When we first heard this from Mike Pence, we laughed at it. We said it was absurd. And now if we're actually hearing this from business people, I am worried.
Well, here's the thing. There's lots of ways that the current system, as it was not allowing opportunities for women, for people of color, for people in the workplace to advance, because oftentimes when you choose a mentor, you choose someone who's like yourself.
How about you let them do what they want? If they want women, they want women. If they want guys, they want guys. If they want a group lunch, they want a group lunch. Stop being a brain dead idiot and just let them do what they want to do.
I think that this can present all kinds of opportunities for opening up the playing field to let more people get the kind of leadership development and exposure and insight and advice that they need. You don't have to have, if you're not going to have a dinner or a closed door meeting with a woman, how about you not have it with the young men either? How about you choose 3 or 4 or 5 up and coming people in your industry? How about you have a group lunch?
In the meetings. So how about you shut up, you dyke?
How we advance talent, how we support people, that opens up the playing field for everybody as opposed to being more exclusionary. We don't want to go in that direction.
Know what she's talking about. Well, all those cultures should allow men not to mentor women if they don't feel comfortable with it.
In a formal sense, that will be fantastic, but it is also those informal connections that really make a huge difference in people's careers. And do we run the risk right now of losing that while the rules of engagement are so unclear?
We have to really be thinking about creating a culture of care, a culture of safety, a culture of security, a culture where we all belong, a culture we can thrive.
Be taken from both sides, so like it's not okay for women to harass men either.
We cannot go backwards. This is a trend that is a really scary trend, and the way to move forward is with positivity, proactive solutions for change, and getting all of us to own this responsibility. And when you think about it, what's okay and not okay? There's a range of men from clueless to creepy to classy. You know, there's 3 categories, right?
Well,
and I think in the post-movement era, we just need a new education of what's okay and not okay.
Well, thank you guys for staying to the end of the video. If you did enjoy, please hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next one.
And every generation has a different perspective.